Hey guys, Lizzie D and Tessa here for Pins Day 12, right? 12, yes. Um, I was planning on stitching yesterday, but I ended up getting like really, really sick the day before yesterday. Like I had an 8-hour shift, and I don't even think I made it 3 hours. My stomach started hurting really, really badly, and I ended up throwing up at work in the toilet, thank goodness. But like I threw up at work. It's not really a good thing. And usually though, when I do get sick like that, once I throw up, I start to feel better. So it's like, okay, because I have an 8-hour shift, I have to clock out for a lunch. I will clock out now. I think I clocked out at noon-ish, which would have been really early, but whatever. So I clocked out and I went in the frame shop and I just laid down. Like I was just laying there. And I kept waiting for somebody to come in and be like, Liz, are you okay? Because I feel like such an idiot. I went over the radio twice saying like, hey, I don't feel well. Like I just puked. Is it okay if I go home? And nobody said anything. And like, I think this is like a true testament of how bad I felt that I didn't think, hey, everybody I'm working with right now, I really like. And I think they like me too. And I think they would have been like, hey, Liz, yeah, if you just threw up, honey, you go home, Like, I have some pretty awesome coworkers, so at least one of them, if they had heard me, would have been like, girl, what's wrong with you? Like something, something. None of them talk like that, but I'm giving you an idea. So I laid in there and I was just like, hopefully I'll feel better in half an hour and it won't matter that everyone's ignoring me and that I don't feel well and it'll be great. But half an hour passed and I had set a timer and it went off and I stood up and my legs were both asleep and I walked over and I turned the timer off and I was like, oh, okay, I'm okay, yeah. And then I was like, nope, my stomach, I feel worse. So laying down really helped. But as soon as I stood up and I was moving like, mm-mm. So I put all my stuff away. I got my purse and I walked to the front and I had every single coworker I saw on my way there was like, are you okay? And so I looked as crappy as I felt. And I went home. Honestly, I should not have driven myself home. Like, I was that sick. And every time my stomach cramped up, like, my whole body kind of just went. And, like, I mean, I drove home and nobody honked at me. I didn't get almost into any accidents or anything. I didn't get into one. But I should not have driven myself home with how I was feeling. And yesterday, okay, so there were 36 hours where I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't drink anything because I just puked it all up. And I was finally able to eat breakfast yesterday at like 10 a.m. I didn't get any sleep that night, like none at all. I was awake all night long and just my stomach kept cramping up and I just had to keep going to the bathroom and it was not good. So I was finally able to eat breakfast and then I didn't eat anything until 9:30 last night and I only ate like a handful of cashews. This morning I had breakfast. I'm feeling better. I'm still not at 100%, but I'm feeling much better, thank goodness. I mean, it's already 11:30 and I'm still not ready to eat anything. But I mean, if I only ate, how long ago did I ate at 9:30? Yesterday I ate at 10. I don't know. I slept in this morning because, like I said, I didn't get any sleep the night before. So I got a lot of sleep this morning. I am feeling much better, thank goodness. I think I already said that. Like, I'm still not 100%, so if I keep repeating myself, that's why. Tessa's cleaning herself, but the wire from the webcam is, like, hitting her face. So she's got her ears back, but she's still cleaning herself. Is that better, baby? Yeah? You dork. So, yeah. There's probably not going to be a ton of footage today, just because I'm still getting there. But I have today off. I have tomorrow off, unless they call me in. And because I am feeling better, I will go in. I had work last night, and I felt fine. I made it. But I kind of hope they don't call me in, because I just want to laze around so much. I need to get all my energy back. I'm just, oh my gosh. Like, every single time I go to work, I knocked my glasses off my face. No, and I have a sunburn. That's suddenly when people like to start touching me. And we have to wear sleeves shirts. So a lot of times my shoulders get sunburnt. So you can't see that I'm sunburnt. But it's like people are just drawn to me if I'm sunburnt, and they will reach over and they will grab my shoulder, and I'm just like, and so I was just like, it'll be just my luck because I still have a bit of a tummy ache. Somebody's going to come up and start grabbing my tummy or trying to tickle me. I'm so glad nobody touched me because I swear to God, if someone had grabbed my stomach, I would have just puked right on them. Like, bleh! That's what you get. Why are you touching me? Like, some people get it, some people don't. I do not like to be touched by strangers. It makes me so uncomfortable. Like, if I don't know you, I don't want you to touch me. Like, we can shake hands, that's fine. But if I don't know you and you come up to me and you start grabbing my shoulders and acting like we're friends, it's going to freak me out. It's going to make me so uncomfortable. I had a customer do that to me for like half an hour. She kept reaching over and grabbing my shoulder, grabbing my arm. And I was just like, lady, I don't know you. Why are you touching me? Don't touch me. And it's not because I thought she was a lesbian or anything. She kept talking to me about her husband, like, and her daughter. So, like, I knew it wasn't that. It was just I didn't know her and I didn't want her touching me. Like, I mean, if one of you guys came up to me and were like, oh my God, that's Lee, I subscribed to you, I would be totally cool with it. Because it's like, oh, hey, you know me. Like, we can hug now because I feel like I know you. But if you just come up to me and hug me, I'm going to be like, what are you doing? Like, don't, what? No, get off of me. It freaks me out. So, yeah. Just, respect the fact that some people don't like to be touched by strangers. Some people don't like to be touched by anybody. And all will be well. I had a coworker. We were all laughing about something we had in common that most people don't have. And it was just, the first thing was none of us can eat as soon as we wake up. We have to wait like half an hour to an hour or longer. And then the second thing was like, if you put a bunch of food on my plate, I don't want it touching. Unless it's meant to be, together. Then it's okay. But otherwise, I don't want it to touch. And we were all laughing, and he came over and he gave me the biggest hug. And I was really excited about it. I was like, I need a hug. And I knew him, so it was great. And he apologized later, and he's like, I have issues with people coming up and touching me without asking for permission. And so I'm so sorry. And I was like, no, dude, it's cool. Like, I know you. I'm okay with it. But if I hadn't known him, that would have been so awkward. I would have just been like, okay, why are you touching me? So, I should go stitch. And I'm like, I am not lollygagging. I mean, I kind of am. I don't know what word I'm looking for. The first thing I'm doing is the 4 elements from the 5th element on here, and they're all in white. The pattern I found is just slightly too big for the big pins, which are 3.5 inches, whereas the regular ones are 2.25. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to switch it up, because like right now, the one they have it at is all actual stitches. And I was like, okay, I can make it smaller if I did back stitching. I don't know how well that's going to come out looking though. I don't know. And I don't want to like shrink it all down because then it might look weird. So we'll see. My chest hurts. I puked a lot. So like just everything from here down is kind of sore. Like, I'm going to open this narration by sneezing. Or maybe not. I can feel it. And I can still feel it. Okay. No, I think I'm okay. Okay. I think I'm on the next group of them. This one is here are 25 questions. Ask people to draw them out. Live bold and bloom.com. Number 1, what is your best childhood memory? This question always makes people smile and often leads to a humorous or poignant exchange about family, travel, holidays and traditions, hopes and dreams, and friendship. You learn a lot about someone when they share aspects of their childhood. I'm always saying the same ones. I loved Hinterbrand. I loved Project Purple. I loved the Sweeney Todd play. Like all these other things. So I should come up with something else now. I have so many favorite childhood memories or best childhood memories. What's another good one? Um, Honestly, I wouldn't really put it as my best childhood memory, but it's literally the only thing coming to mind right now. Um, it was after the first semester of my fourth grade year, we were currently stationed in Germany, and my dad got orders to Spain. And instead of flying, we actually drove. We drove the whole way there. And back then, we still had Ruby and we still had Graybeard. And the two of them were in the car with us the entire time. And I think we stayed in a different hotel every night. I'm pretty sure it took us 3 days and 2 nights. So we drove, we slept, we drove, we slept, we drove, and then we were there. So yeah, I think it was 3 days and 2 nights. So, oh, I could be wrong though. It could have been 3 hotels. Did I say 3 hotels before? It was either 2 or 3. I don't know. But, gosh, was it France that we passed through? One of the places we passed through, there was a bunch of snow, and I was so excited. Like, I love snow. To this day, I still love snow. I love it. I love it so much. All of the snow. And, yeah, we got there, and it was the first time I'd seen palm trees. Or you know, like that type of tree similar to that. So I was just like, what is going on? Like, I knew we were going to Spain, but you know, I was only in 4th grade. I didn't really know that much. I felt like we were going to the Bahamas or something. Like, it looked completely different from Germany. And I mean, obviously, yes, it still does, but not on the level I was thinking of. Like, we were on, you know, a beautiful island that is always meant for vacations or whatever. And we got there, and we made it to the base. And at first, when we first got there, it seemed so massive. Like, I was lost immediately. And as time went by, that is the smallest base I have ever been to, you guys. It's called Moron Air Base, and it's spelled Moron, but there's an accent on the, what is it, the second O? So it's pronounced Moron, not moron, Spain, Moron. And absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous there. I love Spain. And that base was really nice because you got to know everybody, you know, in the neighborhood. It was small enough that this is the place where there was one school for kindergarten through 8th grade with a teacher teaching kindergarten and 1st grade, another one teaching 2nd and 3rd, another teaching 4th and 5th, and one teaching 6th, 7th, and 8th. And only one teacher did that successfully. The second teacher, who was supposed to teach only 7th and 8th, freaking sucked. Mr. Parker was amazing. Miss Davis was, Miss David? David? Was it David? I think it was David. She sucked. All right, she was horrible. Okay, so completely off track. I apologize. 2, if you had a chance for a do-over in life, what would you do differently? This question gives insight into a person's state of mind about who they are, their vulnerabilities, and their hopes and dreams. Often sharing regrets or unmet desires opens doors to considering new possibilities or the confidence to make needed change. A do-over in life. Ooh, I mean, it has to be something big, right? Like, changing a little thing won't do too much. Like, I've already discussed the fact that I shaved my arms when I was 11, and I'd love to, like, not have done that, because, like, although waxing doesn't hurt anymore, like, it's not exactly fun, and it's not really cheap, so I'd rather not be able to, you know, not have to do that, because I get too hot to not do it, and I have way too many freckles and moles on my body, and not enough time in the day to shave my arms as often as I already shave my legs. What else would I do differently, though? In my head, like, this sounds so horrible. Like, I would be not necessarily harsher with the kind of friends I make. I would be more, I don't even think critical is the right word either. I would try to make friends based on mutual, like, you know, the same type of things that we like, rather than just, oh, hey, we're in the same class, we should be friends. With that said, most of my friends, whether, you know, we were only friends because we were in class together or not, or because we, you know, we found out, oh, hey, you love Digimon too? Wow! I have amazing friends. I have friends from, you know, many, many, many years back who still live in a different continent, and I'm still buds with them, and it's great. But yeah, I think I'd change who I, you know, decided to spend most of my time with. Um, I wouldn't spend as much time with friends that I made specifically because, oh, hey, you're the first person I've met in a new school. Yeah, I have to be your best friend for the rest of the time I'm here. Well, no, that's not how it should work. Just because someone is nice enough to approach you doesn't mean that they're going to be a good friend. It could potentially mean that they don't have any other friends. And I have fallen into that trap before. And I've looked back and been like, wow, no wonder you have no other friends. You're a friggin' a-hole. But I'm being friends with you because I was new and nobody else wanted to be my friend because I was new and nobody ever likes the new kid. That is another thing I would try to do. I would try to be, you know, more open and friendly to the other people who were new students. Although I made a lot of, yeah, I made a lot of friends. I never really had that much issue. Like, I wouldn't strive to be more popular than I was. Most people at my high school knew who I was. And I got straight A's, so I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, studying harder or anything. If anything, I would have spent less time studying and more time hanging out. But, I mean, I was happy with my 4.0 up until college, like, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I've had a pretty freaking awesome life, I'm just saying. 3, how did the two of you meet? What? This is a great question to ask a couple. Quite often, sharing the story of how they met draws them together in a mutual happy memory. It gives them a reason to reconnect and allows you to learn more about their past and how they interact together as a couple. I'm single, so number 4. I'm not ashamed of being single, by the way. Like, I literally can't answer that question. I'm single. 4, what do you feel most proud of? This question makes people feel you are really interested in them and who they are. Everyone wants to feel accomplished and proud, and we all want an opportunity to share our successes without looking like a braggart. The answers give you great insight into what the person values most in life. Okay, so I've always said one of the things I'm most proud of was the run and dip that we did at Hinterbrand, Germany, which I'm sure most of you guys have heard about it. Basically, it was just, we had to jog through a ton of snow in our swimsuits and a couple jackets and sweaters and jump into this frozen pond that they had used a pickaxe to, like, make it unfrozen over. We had to stay in there for a little bit, get out, and it was freezing. It was terrifying, and then we had to jog back, and it was cold. And at the time, it sucked, and I look back now, and I'm like, I'm damn proud of myself for doing the run and dip. But now, like, I have been working at Michael's since October 2015. So it took me a little bit more than a year and a half to go from, oh, hey, this is my first retail job besides being a bagger on base, which does not count as retail. Like, no. They don't treat you like crap to bag stuff. They don't talk to you at all, and they give you tips. So you're good. So yeah, it only took me a little over a year and a half to go from that to a full-time manager. I'm so proud of myself because from day one, I have worked my butt off in this job. And a big part of it, like, if you guys go back to, you know, my earlier videos, you know, long before there was even an idea that I might work at Michael's someday, I've been buying products from them ever since I moved here in 2010. Like, I freaking love that store. So being able to work in one for this long and, you know, make it to a full-time management position this quickly is just spectacular to me. And my mom the other day, she was telling me that one of her coworkers used to work at a Michael's, and she worked at it for like 6 years without ever getting a management position. So I was like, you best be proud of me now, because like, everybody I talked to was telling me, like, oh yeah, you know, they'll probably want you in the part-time position first because they always want people in a part-time position before they put you in a full-time position. But nope, they passed right on by, put me straight to the full-time position. And I am not complaining about that. I love it. It's awesome. I think I officially start tomorrow, actually, which I'm nervous about, but I'm also super excited about because I mean, I'm very familiar with the store. I've been working at it since October 2015. I love all my coworkers. I mean, I haven't met all of the new people yet, but all of the new ones I have met, I adore. Like, I love it. Just, I mean, if you work at an arts and crafts store, even if you yourself aren't crafty, you kind of just have to be open to it. And most people who like doing, arts and crafts stuff or like watching it or learning it or anything, they tend to be nice, good, friendly people. And that really helps. And I will say, so earlier today, my store manager called, and every single time he calls, he's always, "Hey Elizabeth, it's your favorite boss." And so I'm like, "Hey Justin, how's it going?" And the thing is, like, he's not wrong. He is my favorite store manager. Out of every manager, or like, store manager, every boss that I've had, in every single job I have had, which is actually several, I've worked on several jobs on different military bases, he's my favorite. He's really cool. I mean, he will lay down the law when he has to. I don't like when managers are complete pushovers. Like, that just drives me up the wall. Like, really? Really? You are a manager. You have to be able to manage people. And part of that comes with, laying down the law. And he's really nice. He's really funny. He's very helpful. I have had other jobs where the boss is just like, "Oh, you need my help? Yeah, too bad. You can figure out for yourself." And it's just like, wait, what? Huh? In a job like this, retail, where you have to help customers, having somebody unwilling to help, friggin' is just horrible. All right, I really wanted to cuss just then, and I'm trying to curse less in my videos. I apologize. But I mean, it sucks. It is so hard to, help a customer when, the people around you are unwilling to help. So I try every time I hear a question over the radio. If I know the answer, I say, "Oh, hey, it's this." If I don't know, I wait a few seconds. If nobody says anything, I come over and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar to me." Yeah, they can try Googling it, or, try maybe going to this store. So, because, suggestions are better than silence. Every single time I've asked a question and I get answered with silence, I'm like, really? Could somebody just say, "Yeah, I don't think so," because then I can tell the customer, "Oh, hey, one of my managers, or, one of the full-time employees, anybody said that they don't think we have this." Because, hearing it from just one employee usually doesn't mean much to a lot of customers. But if they hear, "Oh yeah, myself and this person don't believe we have it," they're more likely to be like, "Oh, okay. Well, do you know of another store that might have it?" And then, we can help with that. So, but yeah, I love all my coworkers. It's so great, you guys. I love it so much. 5. What is your favorite music? The music we enjoy helps define us and reflects the dreams and attitudes of our generation. What we listen to reflects what speaks to our souls. It reveals who we are and what we believe, in an illuminating and honest way that's often hard to put into words. I just want to say, my favorite music is rock music, which is generally about sex and drugs, and reveals who we are and what we believe. I'm just putting this out there. I have no intentions of being a mom for, like, either forever or not a very, 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 very freaking long time. And the only drugs I do are ones that are prescribed to me, or ones that are like, ibuprofen and, mild painkillers and stuff like that. So, gotta say, I don't think it reflects my soul. Because no thank you. Like, I wouldn't say I'm vanilla, but I'm not crazy. I have no intention of living that kind of life. That is so not me. Like, oh my goodness, the other day, so, I got really sick. I threw up. And one of the managers was implying that, "Oh, maybe she's pregnant." And my Angela, my framing manager, my Angela, she is mine, you guys. I own her. She's mine. You can't have her. I am gonna miss having her as my direct manager. She's so awesome. Anyways, we were all in there and we were laughing, and then the other manager, Janice, she was like, "Yeah, maybe she wears a nun outfit here, but then she goes home and I'm just saying." Janice, really, Janice? No. No, No. I might be like a bit dirtier of a person than I let people know, but like that's just because people don't want to know those type of things. So, yeah, no, 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 no. 6. If you could travel anywhere, where would you go and why? This question not only allows you to discuss and share travel experiences, but also it affords insights into the other person's interests, personality, and sense of adventure. I'm a military brat, you guys. I want to go everywhere, and I've been most places. I still need to go to South America and Antarctica. So I want to go there not necessarily because I want to be embraced by the culture, but just because I want to go there so I can say I've been there. I mean, is there really much of a culture in Antarctica? Like, I don't think so. I would love to experience the culture in South America, though. Like, oh my goodness, that would be spectacular. 7. If you could only keep 5 possessions, what would they be? This question really makes people think. We are so attached to our possessions, but truthfully, there are only a few that matter deeply to us. When people are forced to find those few, it gives insight into what they value most. Excuse me. Okay, so I don't consider a pet a possession. I consider it family. So I'm not going to count Tessa. But if any of you guys do count pets as possessions, she would be my number 1. Stitch isn't mine, so I can't count him as my possession. So, no. But I'm not counting Tessa because she's family. She's going with me no matter what. If there's like a fire in the house and I can only grab 5 things and Tessa and Stitch have already gotten out of the house, I'm going to grab my laptop, my new laptop. I might grab the old one as well. So we'll see how that goes. I'm at 2. The Pokemon cross stitch, because I mean, I spent, what was it, 130 days on it? Spent thousands of hours on it, or hundreds, because I didn't go over 1,000. So I spent hundreds of hours on it. So I'm at 3. My purse, because it has my identification and my keys and all the other kind of things in it that I need. And I think I would grab my iPad. Oh my god, I am such a horrible person. I'm grabbing all my electronic stuff. But, you know, it has so many photos on it. You know, my laptops, they have all these kind of pictures on them. And my iPad has all this saved information for my games and my Instagram stuff and all that. And then the Pokemon cross stitch, because, I mean, I spent way too much freaking time on that to let it burn in a fire, all right? Okay, I'm just saying. And in all honesty, I could probably sell it for a lot of money to buy all the other stuff I have back if needed. I'd rather not have to do that, I'm just saying. But yeah, if I had to include Tessa, I would do Tessa, my new laptop, the Pokemon cross stitch, my purse, and my iPad. I would get rid of the old laptop. Like, so be it. So be it. Number 8, what teacher in school made the most impact on you and why? Teachers can play a pivotal role in helping us develop a love of learning, discover our life passions, and draw out our innate skills. Sometimes they are people who inspire us or who simply believe in us and want the best for us. Okay, so I know I've talked about Mr. Martinez a ton. I learned so much about computers from him, and I learned a lot about life from him as well. So if you want to hear more about him, I don't know what video it's in. Just go back, watch all my stuff. You'll hear him eventually. I know I spoke about Miss Jones recently, so you just have to go back. Maybe, I think it's Magnificent Wizard, like 48-ish or something like that. So you can hear about her. The most impact. I think Mr. Parker, actually, my 6th grade teacher in Spain, did have a huge impact on me. This was the first teacher I had that he had taught my sister before he taught me. My sister's 2 years older than me, but it had never happened before. I always had different teachers from her. And when we met, you know, I was just Stephanie's younger sister. Like, that's how everybody in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade knew me when I was in 4th and 5th grade. Was, oh yeah, that's Stephanie's little sister, you know. That's how it was, like, when I had friends in my class who had older siblings. I was like, oh yeah, you know, you're Melissa's older sister. You know, that's how we knew each other, because you tend to hang out with people your own age. And towards the end of the year, we had like an awards assembly or, you know, something like that. And I didn't know it at first, but he was talking about me. He was like, you know, this girl, when I first met her, you know, all I knew about her was that, you know, she had an older sister who was really smart and you know, so I expected a lot from her as well. And instead of coming in her sister's shadow, she emerged as her own individual. And, you know, she has her own personality. She's also smart and she's great. And it's Elizabeth. And I was just like, ah, oh my God, what? And it's just, that was one of the first times that I was compared to my sister. And it wasn't like, oh yeah, your sister's really pretty. Why, thank you. I don't care if you think my sister's pretty. Like, you're talking to me right now. You should talk to me about me. Really? So, you know, that was my first experience feeling what it's like to not just be Stephanie's younger sister, to be my own person and to be liked regardless of her. So it was really nice. And he was just a spectacular teacher, you guys. I guarantee you, if any of you had him, you would have loved him. He cared about his students. He was really nice. He was hilarious. And he had marble parties. So we had 2 cups on a cabinet at the front of the classroom. And anytime we were really good, we would get to move a marble from, you know, the beginning cup to the end cup. And, you know, as time went on, every single time all of the marbles went from the beginning cup to the end cup, we would get a party. It was called a marble party. And anytime we were bad, a marble was moved from the end cup back to the first, you know, the beginning cup. And, it was really good motivation because we could see it. We could come into that classroom every single day and see those cups of marbles and be like, hey, we only have like, you know, a fourth of the cup left. You guys, we need to be really good so we can move all those marbles over so we can have a party. And it was a good way to get all of us to work together. I mean, we were 6th graders, 7th graders, and 8th graders. So that's a big difference when you think about it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. 9. What do you want your tombstone to stay? To stay. Oh my goodness. I know I'm yawning. Although this is a morbid question, it does go right to the heart of what we want for ourselves. At the end of our lives, how do we want to be remembered, and what legacy do we want to leave? I mean, I don't know. You get that generic, oh, you know, beloved daughter, great wife, you know, loving mother, all those other things. And I don't think it needs to say that. I think the people who will care about you and go to your grave will already know those things about you. So I would rather have a cute quote on it, you know, like, oh, what's the quote the quote I used in my yearbook. I love it. It was, to the world, you may be just someone, but to someone, you may just be the world. I love that one because it's like, yeah, you know, on average, most people are going to think you're insignificant. Most people are going to think the entire world is insignificant. But to somebody, you may matter more than anything else. And I think that, you know, goes really far. I think that's really nice. I also really like, oh, what is it? Stop frowning, you may never know who's falling in love with your smile. But that's been kind of tarnished with all the people that are always bitching like, this person told me to smile today. And like, maybe it's just because I smile a lot. I've never had someone tell me to smile more. Like, I've had the opposite, and I just continue to smile at them, and it either annoys them or they begrudgingly realize I'm a nice person and they like me. So, but yes, and I know a lot of people think it's like a sexist thing because it's always men saying that to women. And it's like, well, I mean, if you are frowning a lot, like, I don't think anybody looks attractive frowning. Male, female, no. Like, it's just an unattractive face to make when you're frowning. And personally, I'm of the belief that, you know, fake it till you make it. If you're not feeling well, make yourself smile. It will help, you know, release some endorphins, and it'll make you feel better. It may not be, you know, like a legitimate smile, but using those muscles makes your body feel better. I don't know. I've read studies on it. I don't know the science behind it, you guys, but it's there. Okay. It's a thing. So yeah, I mean, I like the first one more personally, but I smiled all the time. So obviously that's going to be one that works for me. Number 10. What was one of your most defining moments in life? This is a great question to invite sharing on a deeper and more vulnerable level. Often defining moments come during profound life transitions like death, divorce, job loss, etc. It is during these times we are called to make a huge mental, physical, or emotional shift. What's one of your most defining moments in life? Wow, I don't know. Like, I've lost a lot of family members, but I don't feel like I had a huge mental, physical, or emotional shift. I mean, I had a huge physical shift when they took me off of asthma court in 7th grade because it was stunting my growth. And I shot up and I just, so much growth in like just a couple months. It was extremely painful. Most defining moments in your life. I don't know, graduating high school was pretty awesome, but I also had to leave behind all of my friends. You know, the people that I'd spent 3.5 years with. And I had to go live, without my parents. And I had to do my own laundry. I had to make my own food. I had to do all these other things. I had to start taking care of Tessa. And, it made me grow up. And that's going to be the end of Pins Day 12. Oh, okay, give me a heart attack about it. Yeah, that's cool, whatever. I got 3 hours and 40 minutes of footage. This is all I got done, is the 4 elements. And I'm pretty sure it's still too big to fit in even the biggest pin that Michaels carries. So we'll have to see if I can do something else for her, or if she'll be okay getting it like this. I don't know. If I can't find anything, I hope she'll be okay with this, because it's so limp. Every pattern I found was too big, and I did not want to make my own, because I knew it either wouldn't look right, or it wouldn't look right, basically. Yeah. Every single time I looked at this, I was like, Earth, Wind, Fire, and Air. I don't know if that was a legit song or if I only know it because of the Scooby-Doo movie. We may look bad, but we don't care. We ride the wind. I don't know. Maybe on a good day I know the words, but right now I don't. So, yeah. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. I did the hand thing before I said all that jazz, because I don't know what I'm doing right now. And I'll see you guys in the next video! I need to go answer the door for Pearl Pearl. Tessa! Get in here, bye-bye. Come here. Come here. Yeah, you have to come with me. Yep. Whoa! That is my foot in the trash can. Only 2 things came out. Go me. Okay, now I can't reach them though. There we go. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Whatever, come here. We could put that at the end. Everyone can laugh at us. Okay, hold on. I don't need. Okay. Are you ready?